जी 5 मिनट एन के प्रेमचंद जी 6 बजे
प्रेमचंद्रन
करेंगे 6 बजे।
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for affording me this opportunity to speak on this Anti-Maritime Piracy Bill 2022. Sir, I fully support the bill. Honorable Minister, please. So first of all, I would like to congratulate the Honorable Minister in comprehensively piloting the bill in a very structured and diplomatic manner, for which I would like to place it on record our appreciation. It's really a model to all other ministers also, the way in which it was presented. And also I would like to take this opportunity to thank to the Honorable External Affairs Minister for accepting my amendment. My amendment number 6 is accepted in your official amendment, for which also I am thankful to the Honorable Minister for accepting my amendment and moving it as an official amendment. Pardon? Yeah, other 5 amendments I will be moving, it will be accepted in future. Sir, it is quite unfortunate to note that India, as such a larger country, is having no separate, distinct domestic legislation in dealing with the piracy issues. The menace of piracy is increasing like anything, and we are adversely being affected because of the reason by which we are not having a domestic legislation so as to combat the piracy in the seas. Sir, our country, especially the Indian Navy and the Coastal Guard, is facing big difficulties in combating the maritime piracy only because of the reason by which we do not have a comprehensive legislation to combat this piracy in the maritime piracy. So my first suggestion is, sir, I would like to draw the attention of the Honorable Minister regarding the Italian Marines case, that is Enrich Lexica case, which was well agitated in the international courts of justice, and even the Supreme Court has also dealt in detail. I would like to draw the attention of the Honorable Minister, in which also still the judicial proceedings are going on. When 2 fishermen belonging to my constituency in Kollam, Nindagara, was brutally killed by the Italian Marines, big controversy has come regarding the jurisdiction where the case has to be agitated or the case has to be instituted. Such a big problem was there, big controversy was there, unfortunately, and the justice was given to the victims or the relative successors of the victims after a long time. So my suggestion to the Honorable Minister and the government is, we should have a comprehensive legislation so as to determine the jurisdiction in the case of this international waters or waters according to the norms and guidelines of the International Convention. Because United Nations Convention on Laws on the Seas clause is specific. So if the country, the domestic countries or the signatory countries or the signatory states are having ample freedom to have legislation of their own, but it should be within the stipulated norms of the convention, rules and regulations. If that be the case, my first suggestion is the government of India should have a comprehensive legislation in respect of the crimes in the seas. Sir, coming to the bill, I fully endorse the views, and it is a scrupulous scrutiny of the provisions of this bill by Manish Tiwari ji regarding clause 3, clause 4, clause 6 and other provisions of the bill. So regarding the clause 3, it is absolutely a correct fact, because the death penalty, it is being disapproved by the Honorable Supreme Court. It is in the rarest of the rare cases it is being given. Now, by way of the official amendment, you are providing a discretionary right to the Supreme Court or to the concerned court. Yes, it is absolutely okay, and we fully welcome the official amendments. But at the same time, we have to be more clear regarding the jurisdiction of the cases and the way by which the case is to be investigated. So regarding, clause 6, you are defining a police officer. That is, notwithstanding anything contained in the code, the central government, for the purpose of this act by notification, confer the powers of arrest, investigation and prosecution of any person exercisable by a police officer under the code. So I would like to move an amendment. The police officer means the police officer has to be designated. What is the rank of the police officer? That has to be designated in specific. Otherwise, it will also be creating problem in the future, because it will be agitated in the courts of law. And also regarding so Clause 8, for the purpose of providing speedy trial of offences under this Act, the central government has, after consulting the Chief Justice of the concerned High Court, my suggestion is after getting concurrence from the Supreme Court, so concerned Chief Justice of the concerned High Court, that has to be made. That is an amendment which I have already given notice of an amendment. And it is a welcoming step on the part, because I am also part and parcel of the Standing Committee on External Affairs. We had threadbare discussion of this bill, and we had a very scrupulous scrutiny of the bill, and most of the suggestions of the Standing Committee has been accepted by the government, for which also we are thankful to the government. And this proclaimed offender in absentia, that has been removed. And also we have to be very careful about clause 11 of the bill. That is sir, burden of proof. It is a well accepted jurisprudence principles of Indian jurisprudence principle that you are, unless and until you are convicted, the presumption of law is an innocent. The burden of proof is on the convict. I don't know the legality of this clause in the courts. When this will be agitated in the courts of law, it will be a clear case of confusion, though that has to be clarified by the Honourable Minister. These are the provisions by which I would like to seek clarification on these issues. And another issue which I would like to highlight or draw the attention of the Honourable Minister regarding one of the major issues. Recently it has occurred. Now 30 Indians. I would like to draw the attention of the Honourable. This is also in the name of piracy. 30 Indian citizens have been arrested, and they have been captured by the request of the country, the Nigeria. They have requested for arresting 30 Indians who were in a vessel, out of which one third officer who belongs to my constituency, one Vikraman Nair. He is the third officer. He is also now facing trial in Nigerian courts. I would like to urge upon the government and the minister, please look into the matter, and probable and maximum diplomatic assistance has to be provided them. And nowadays we are getting series of complaints from them. So, yes, sir. They are not even allowed. To have the mobile phone to their relatives in the country. So kindly have a diplomatic intervention in this matter, so as to rescue all these Indian prisoners or all these persons who are facing trial in Nigeria. With these words, once again I support this bill. Thank you very much, sir.
K. Suresh ji.
Thank you, Speaker, sir. Give me opportunity to participate in the discussion of this important bill.